was sitting here thinking, editing my other video, and I was looking at the background of like this beautiful kitchen that I have. What a weird way to start a video, okay? And also, those of you who've been following my story for a while know that I have been struggling for like years now. Not anymore, thankfully, clearly, obviously. And also, it's been hard for a while. I've been struggling with living situations. I've been struggling with financially. Like the previous year and a half, things have made a turn for the better, thankfully. But I still had to get up and out of that sort of like hole or pit that I was in. And I remember before this started happening, before I went through a turn of bad luck and like bad stuff going on in my life on a really, really intense level, because it really was like every 2 to 6 months, there was another like life-altering, horrible event going on for like years at a time. Why? Okay, another story for another day. But for now, I was sitting here thinking about the enemies at the beginning of that, around like early 2021, end of 2020, who came in and tried to take me out. And I was looking at this new, beautiful place that I'm living and all the things that have been working on my behalf recently. And I was thinking about those enemies, and I just realized y'all tried to take me out. And then not only did I get up and out of it, but I upgraded. Not only did I get up and out of a pit of hell or like a really hard lesson, not only did I do that, corrected myself, made sure that now I'm in a position where it can't happen again, and earn different spiritual rights along the way. Not only did all of that happen, I upgraded. You're telling me that I used to live in a place that I loved, was great. I loved. It was a loft, like apartment downtown. People who have been following me since 2020, you know, I loved that apartment. It was wonderful. It was the first time I ever lived anywhere that felt like home, like really, really felt like home. And then going through this turn of downside stuff, which was necessary. Again, another story for another time, but many stories for another time, honestly. But anyways, now I'm in a different position in life. It's weird how luck changes sometimes. I don't normally talk about physically what the spirits offer to me, or like the kind of like fortune, I guess you could call it. Fortune, good luck. I don't normally talk about that kind of stuff that comes out of the work that I do. Most of the time I'm here, I'm talking about lessons, we're talking about training, we're talking about learning. But I think every once in a while it's important to realize that even if bad things happen, even if you're down on your luck, even if there's been a bad turn in your life, spiritual discipline, at least for me, this is the personal thing, okay, so discern always, but spiritual discipline is what got me up and out of that. I remember I got to a point of wanting to quit. I wanted to quit doing this. That's how bad my life had gotten. I didn't want to go to the altar. I didn't want to talk to the spirits. I didn't want to make offerings. I didn't want to do anything. I basically looked at magic and was like, you got me into this mess. I'm looking at magic, magic's looking at me, the spirits are looking at me, I'm looking back at the spirits. Who? It's like that meme where all the Spider-Mans pointing fingers at each other. Anyway, and eventually one day I had one of my spirits came in and was like, listen, love you so much. We could take this from you. We could take all of it from you. And at the time I had basically literally nothing. I had this, which is not nothing, but like in my physical world, I had a lot of danger and a lot of risk and a lot of like, it didn't necessarily look like that on the surface, but it was definitely that in the spirit. So I was listening to that spirit say that, and I was like, if they could take everything, if they're telling me they could take everything from me and I feel like I have nothing already, let me get myself back up. And that's when I started fighting for myself again, really. That was 2022. We're almost in 2026. And mind you, my life fell apart for a good year or two. Almost 3, honestly. It was a good 3 years of just chaotic destruction. There was a little bit of rebuilding in the middle there, but yeah, there was a couple little turns of building in the middle of the destruction part, but you can't have it all just one direction. So it wasn't all just destruction stuff, but that's honestly crazy to think about. Now that I have trained myself within the disciplines that I have, I am so looking forward to what is going to come next. And I've been talking to Spirit about that recently. This is very New Year oriented. Thank the gods. Okay. Thank myself. Thank the spirits. Thank the goddess. Thank God. I'm grateful that we're going into a new season, a new era, a new time. Also 4:04 on the clock. Not in shock. All right, here we go. Because I've been talking to Spirit about it. Spirit made me take a step back. My health was down. I just was not doing good. And Spirit was like, why don't you sit down? Okay, think about it. Sit and listen for a little bit. You need to, reconnect with yourself. And as I've been doing that, I've been getting back to the gym. I've been focused more on my TikTok pages again. I've been focused more on getting back with clients and helping helping clients out and the coven stuff too. I'm still redirecting myself in that direction. And also in the background, there's been other like routine stuff, regimented, discipline, energy. Spirit basically is like all of the training that you've done in the spirit, all this discipline where you've been called to get up and called to get up and called to get up, and you've had to get up for years over and over and over again. You've had to get up and go to the altar and give offering, and like you just didn't have a choice. I mean, I did. But I like my gifts, okay? I don't want them to go away. So you're telling me that the only choice is to get up? I will get up. Yes. But Spirit, I'm realizing right now, has trained me in that, and now is pointing me back to the world. Now is pointing me back to the physical. You've learned all this discipline, okay? Now that we have this relationship, me and the spirits at my altar, now that we have this relationship, why don't you take that discipline and go do these things in the physical world, and we can help you do those things in the physical world. Well, now that you've learned this, now that you earned this, let's make a move a little bit. So I've been thinking about that too. So happy new year to you. I know it's not quite the new year, but also happy new year to you. Being a spiritual worker, being somebody who works in the spirit is weird. It's such a weird journey. Sometimes it doesn't make any sense. And I remember being down in the pits of things after I started to pick myself back up again. And I remember when I started learning lessons again and really stepping into the work, I remember looking up at the sky and crying more than once, just asking Spirit, why are you sending me through this? Why are you forcing me to go? Why, Spirit? And I never got an answer. And I have a feeling that the coming probably like 4 or 5 years for me, I'm going to have a lot of answers about those questions. Why was I sent through that? Why did I need to be prepared in I don't want to call it a drastic way, but like a dangerous sort of way? Because it was a little preparation is just a weird thing. It's just so strange. And all of this video started with me thinking about the enemies that tried to take me out, realizing that I upgraded from the place that I was when I was with them. I don't know how they're doing. I don't really care. A lot of people talk about how they can see, like, they see when their enemies have downfalls, and they see it. Like, I've started to see corrections recently. That's a new thing for me. But like, I also have walked away from a lot of people in a lot of situations, and a lot of like, whoop, it's in my previous time. You know what I mean? I don't need to know what's happening to those people because it's none of my business. I have more important things to do. Good gosh. Anyways, thank you. Okay. Because this platform was the only thing that did not get destroyed in my life and my cat. But like, other than and myself, let me be grateful for my life too. You know what I mean? But those 3 things, my life, my cat's life, and this platform that I have and the spaces I have here with you, those are the only things that didn't get completely and totally taken out, zilch, nada, zeroed into nothing. So I literally would not be here where I am without you. Thank you. That's crazy. I'm so excited now that I have the gifts I have. I've been trained how I have, and the world is turning. I'm like looking forward to what Spirit is about to place me in. Spirit, place me. Good God, I cannot believe I just said that. All right, well, you know what? If there's a placement for me, then may it be in the highest elevation, awarded, encompassing, love, truth, free, honor, glory, elevation, gratitude, reverence, justice, magic, spirit, liberation, free, good love. Because you know what? If I'm about to be placed somewhere, if I'm about to be placed, I've already been placed, about to be placed. Jeez, man. Placement with a capital P is such a serious... Woo! Okay. I think that's it for me for this one, okay? Gratitude, reverence, and love to you. We're going to talk more about that stuff later on. But for now, I have some things to brew and things to do. So you keep up what you need to do. I will too. Happy holidays. Enjoy your celebrations of all the different things that you're doing. If you're spending holidays by yourself, may it be enjoyable. And no matter what, may the holidays be as easy for you as possible. Enjoy your planning and scheming for the new year too, because I can feel it. Right? Yeah. And I'll talk to you soon. Also true.